Thanks for sticking with us. It's On Your Side tonight at 7:30. I'm Jamie Bowl.
And I'm Kim Anderson. Governor Josh Stein signed a new executive order today aimed at tackling one of the biggest pressures facing families across North Carolina right now. We're talking housing.
Yeah, and for a lot of younger adults, those looking to start a family, this is not just about expensive rent anymore. It's about the growing fear that owning a home may never actually happen. For years, we have reported on Charlotte's affordability crisis, but what stands out now is just how much bigger the pool of people being squeezed has become. Not just low-income families, we're talking teachers, police officers, construction workers, young professionals. Even people with stable full-time jobs are increasingly finding themselves priced out. At today's announcement, Governor Stein said North Carolina expected to be short more than 750,000 homes by 2029. And while the state continues attracting new jobs and new residents, he says the housing supply simply is not keeping up.
You all have heard the expression that if you build it, they will come. Turns out in North Carolina, if you don't build it, they will still come.
Well, the executive order directs state agencies to work together on housing strategy, affordability, and development, while also encouraging local governments and builders to create more housing options. That includes everything from apartments and duplexes to starter homes and workforce housing. And the pressure is especially visible right here in the Queen City. Now, according to Redfin, the median home price in Charlotte was still about $427,000 in March. Meanwhile, data shows buyers from places like New York, Washington, D.C., and Los Angeles continue moving here into the Charlotte area. At the same time, many longtime Charlotte residents are being pushed farther outside Mecklenburg County just to find something affordable. That is something we have repeatedly highlighted in our reporting.
When you think about sort of the Freedom Drive corridor and West Charlotte, that's an area that is changing rapidly. We talked a little bit about East Charlotte. So we're starting to see from this kind of city center out, the affordability is pushing farther and farther out. And we're seeing a lot of folks now leaving Mecklenburg County to be able to afford housing in the outlying counties.
Yeah, and even for people who are able to buy, affordability still remains a huge hurdle. It has a lot of people actually looking for assistance. In fact, a Lending Tree survey shows just how common that help has become. 4 in 10 homeowners got financial help with the down payment on their current home. For Gen Z homeowners, it goes up to nearly 80%. And more than a third of people who got that help say without it, they would not have been able to buy when they did. At the same time, the financial hurdle keeps growing. Lending Tree found the median planned down payment climbed to $45,000 in 2024. That's up from about $32,000 just a few years earlier. And the average age of a first-time home buyer has now reached a record high of 40 years old, according to the National Association of Realtors. Today, Governor Stein also pointed to another growing concern. The people building homes often can't afford to live in them.
Carpenters, the people who actually build the homes. In Charlotte today, a carpenter could afford only about 20% of the entry-level homes on the market in that county. To create meaningful opportunity for every North Carolinian to succeed, we must significantly increase the number of homes and housing units that we build each year.
Yeah, as the governor mentioned, the goal of the executive order here is meant to create long-term statewide housing strategies.
Yeah, we've given you enough reasons why it needs to happen, but what power does this executive order actually have? Now, this order does not directly lower rent, cap housing prices, or require cities to build affordable housing. Instead, it directs state agencies to work together on housing strategy, streamline planning, and look for ways to increase housing supply. It also creates a new housing advisor position inside the governor's office and encourages local governments to rethink zoning, development, and housing density. We'll also focus on workforce training, infrastructure, and potentially using state-owned land for future housing development.
There are many common sense recommendations that would increase the state's housing supply. The ideas all revolve around freedom and flexibility, making it easier for homeowners, builders, and local governments to build and maintain more types of housing that people need.
But because this is an executive order, there, of course, are limits.
Yeah, Governor Stein can direct state agencies under his administration, but many larger housing changes would still require action from lawmakers, local governments, and private developers.
And for many North Carolinians, especially younger families trying to buy their first home, their bigger question is whether any of those long-term changes can happen fast enough to make home ownership feel realistic once again.
It is an issue that continues in our community.